everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jill and today I'm going to be talking about all of the 2021 releases that I am very excited for. I ended up coming up with a total of 14 of them. This is definitely not an exhaustive list of like every single book that I'm excited to read next year. These are just the ones that like I thought of first and that like after a quick perusal of Goodreads I think are like my most anticipated. But yeah, I don't like look super far into the future in terms of new releases. I mostly just get excited for new releases like right before they come out. Awesome standalones that are coming out, conclusions to series that are coming out. 2021 is going to be a great reading year. I can already feel it. Also, I only included books that like I'm caught up in the series for, if that makes sense. Like for instance, I haven't read like Chain of Gold yet by Cassandra Clare, and so like I'm not going to talk about Chain of Iron in this video. Oh, also these are not in like any particular order. Like I just kind of threw them into this Google Doc and we're just going to talk about them. The first one is a book that I am very excited for, and that is A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. This is the fourth book in the A Court of Thorns and Roses series, kind of, or it's like the first book in a new like spin-off series. It comes out on February 16th and I am just very excited for it. Sarah J. Maas, my queen, and this is Nessa and Cassian's book. I just think it's going to be fantastic, so not much to say. It's gonna be a good one. Next up I have An Emotion of Great Delight by Tahereh Mafi, and this comes out on June 21st. Sorry, I keep looking over here, it's because my laptop's over here. This is another one of Tahereh Mafi's contemporary novels. I read one of hers previously this year in 2020 and I really loved it, and that was A Very Large Expanse of Sea. I absolutely loved that one, kind of in a similar vibe to that one, but I think Tahereh Mafi has said that this one is even more similar to her own life. It basically follows a Muslim girl who wears a hijab in the year 2003 in the United States, which is just 2 years after the terrorist attack on 9/11, so there's a ton of discrimination happening towards the Muslim community in America. And I think this is also around the time that the US has declared war on Iraq. So yeah, I just know that I really love Tahereh Mafi's first contemporary novel, and so I'm sure this one is also going to pack an equal emotional punch. Like just from the Goodreads summary, it seems like, you know, a lot of the people in her family are either sick or dying, and so yeah, it just seems like it's going to be very heavy, but very good as well. And like I said, knowing Tahereh Mafi and how she writes, I'm sure that I'm really going to enjoy it, and it's going to be very eye-opening. Next up, I have A Pha Love Story by Leah or Le. I'm not really sure exactly how you pronounce the Vietnamese there, but this is a contemporary novel that follows two Vietnamese American teenagers, and basically their families have rival restaurants. So I'm getting like Tweet Cute vibes, but like a Vietnamese version of that, and I'm just really interested. I think this cover absolutely so adorable. I love the colors, and I love the little people on the cover. Yeah, this just seems like a super cute little love story thing about rivaling restaurants and like family drama and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm excited because I don't think I've read a book that features two Vietnamese main characters before, and it just seems like it's gonna be like a lot of fun. Next, I have Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers, which comes out on February 23rd. One of my favorite things about this book is the cover. The cover is absolutely gorgeous, and I'm pretty sure that this is a new adult/adult romance, I think, novel that follows a woman named Grace who has just recently got her PhD in astronomy, and she ends up going on a girls' trip to Vegas, and then she gets super drunk and she ends up accidentally marrying this woman. That just causes a whole thing, like this is a complete stranger, but then I guess Grace decides, because she has like a super strict military father, that she's actually going to run away from like her hometown and go and live with her new wife, and I think they end up falling for each other, and so it seems like it's going to be a sapphic female-female romance going on here, and it just sounds like a lot of fun. I think it's going to be super funny, and like I said, this cover is absolutely gorgeous and I cannot wait to have it on my shelves. Next, I have Rise to the Sun by Leah Johnson. Leah Johnson also wrote You Should See Me in a Crown, and that was one of the best books that I've read this year. It was so funny, so heartfelt, and it made me want to cheer and joy. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to love this one just as much, but like even if I don't, I'm going to like read anything that Leah Johnson puts out at this point because I think this one follows two teen girls that are at a music festival, and one of the girls is dealing with the passing of her father, and the other girl is dealing, I think, with like a breakup and trying to trust people again. And then I guess something starts to go wrong at the music festival or something like that, so there's like a weird like mystery undertone to it. I don't know. It just, like, I also love this cover. I think like the colors just pop so much. Yeah, as is the theme with most of the books on this list, I'm very excited for it and I can't wait to have it on my shelves. Next up, I have One Last Stop by Casey McQuisten, which comes out on May 6th, I think. The author of Red, White, and Royal Blue, which I read in 2020 and absolutely loved. I was a little bit late there, but I did read it this year and I absolutely loved it. I thought the humor and the characters were just top tier, and I think that I'm going to like One Last Stop like even more because it follows another female-female romance, and I think it follows two girls who like meet every day on the train, or like they see each other every single day on the same train, but then it turns out that there's some kind of like magic, you know, something time loopy going on, because one of the girls is actually from the 1970s and the other girl's from present day, and so you kind of have the romance with like that extra twist in there. And I just, once again, gorgeous cover, gorgeous colors. I know that Peyton from Peyton Reads actually won an ARC of this in a giveaway, and she said she might even like it more than Red, White, and Royal Blue, so that makes me very excited. And yeah, as with Leah Johnson, Casey McQuisten feels like an author that I'm just going to read anything from. Oh, and One Last Stop is an adult romance. I don't know if I've said that before. It's not YA, it's an adult romance, like Red, White, and Royal Blue. So yeah, super excited for this one. Next up, I have the Gilded Ones by Namina Forna, I think is the author's name, and I think this comes out on February 9th. But I think this book was originally supposed to come out in 2020, but then it got pushed to 2021, which I was so mad about because, once again, I think this cover might be my favorite that's on this list. But I'm not sure. Either way, just absolutely gorgeous, and the arcs I've seen of this are just equally gorgeous as like this picture. So as much as I know about the story, it is set in a world where things are kind of determined by the color of your blood. It follows a girl named Dika, and I guess there's some kind of blood ceremony that happens, and her blood is supposed to run red, but it turns out that her blood actually runs gold, which basically means that she's kind of like half immortal, demigod-ish, and this woman comes to her and says, hey, either you can stay in this village and like be like picked apart by all these people because they're really mad that you have gold blood, or you can come with me and you can help save the empire from like the newest threat that's happening. And Dika ends up choosing the latter and ends up going to this woman in order to kind of save where she lives. This just sounds so wonderful and fun, and definitely a book that I want to support as soon as it comes out. Next, I have another adult romance which I'm just so excited for, and that is At Your Age, Eve Brown by Talia Hibbert, and this comes out in March, I think. What is it? March 9th. I have read Get a Life, Chloe Brown, which I didn't love too much, but Take a Hit, Danny Brown, one of my favorite books of the year by far. I think my favorite romance of all time. Talia Hibbert has a way of writing characters that is just my favorite. Talia Hibbert is quickly becoming my favorite romance author, and this is the third book in the Brown Sisters trilogy, and so this follows the youngest sister, and I know that it is a sunshine, like grumpy romance. It also follows like a bed and breakfast, like these Eve Brown and then her love interest have to like run this bed and breakfast together. Love those tropes so much, and I just know that this is going to be adorable and wonderful and just make me squeal like uncontrollably. I just know it, and so March cannot get here soon enough. Next, I have a book that actually comes out in January, so once again going back to the beginning of the year, and that is Lore by Alexandra Bracken. The main reason why I put this book on this list is because I love Alexandra Bracken with my whole heart and soul. She's probably the author that I follow like most closely. Like, I follow her Instagram, just feel like I know everything that's going on in her life, and so I've seen like the process of her writing this. Alexandra Bracken also wrote like the Darkest Minds series based on Greek mythology, and I guess in this world Greek gods have started to walk the earth, and it is set like in modern day. And I guess this girl's named Lore's family was brutally murdered by this man turned god, and Lore basically vows to take revenge on him. And yeah, I've heard a great early buzz about this book, and it comes out super soon, and plus again, gorgeous cover, very striking. Excited to get to this one sometime in 2021 because Alexandra Bracken is just such a gem. Next, we have another adult romance book, and that is First Comes Like by Alisha Rye. This is the third book in the Modern Love series. The first one was The Right Swipe, and the second one I literally cannot remember the name for. for right now, but I loved it so much. Like, I loved this second book. I cannot believe I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'll put a picture here. But yeah, this is the third book, and I know this follows a Muslim main character, and she is a huge makeup social media influencer person, and she starts talking to this like international superstar. These books basically center like a super like famous woman in business and kind of their relationships coming off of that, and so I just really love the concept of it. And again, Alisha is one of my favorite romance authors, mostly because I really loved The Right Swipe, and I really loved Girl Gone Viral, which I just looked up the name of because apparently I can't remember it. I think this is the last book in this romance series. I'm excited to finish it out. Next up, we have another book with a gorgeous cover, and that is Witches Steeped in Gold by Ciannon Smart. And this one comes out on April 20th. I know Joel from Fictional Fates has read an advanced copy of this and absolutely loves this book. I know that it is a Jamaican-inspired fantasy that follows two witches, and one is like the queen's daughter and one is like a prisoner, and I guess they have to like either team up or they're rivals or something like that. But yeah, I've heard amazing early buzz for this book. Like, I cannot wait to get to it when it comes out. Once again, a beautiful cover, cannot wait to have it on my shelves, as is the common theme for this video. And next up, we have 3 books that like are kind of iffy, as in like they don't have titles or they don't have covers or they don't have like exact release dates, but they say they're supposed to come out in 2021, so I'm going to include them in this video. The first one is Crescent City #2 by Sarah J Maas, obviously the sequel to Crescent City, which is like one of my favorite books of this year. I am Sarah J Maas trash. Once again, I will read anything she writes basically, and like I said, I did really love Crescent City. I thought that it was so wonderful and the ending was just blew my mind, and so I need this second book as soon as possible. Next up, I have Gods and Monsters by Shelby Mahurin, and this is the third and final book in the Serpent and Dove trilogy. I have read both Serpent and Dove and Blood and Honey, and I really enjoyed Serpent and Dove. Blood and Honey was kind of confusing to me, and I don't know where the series is going to go, which is why I am really interested in reading this third and final book, because I really don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, excited for this one too. And the last book I'm going to talk about is Rayberry #2 by Jordan Afueko, and this doesn't even have a release date or a title or a cover. It just says that it's supposed to come out in 2021, and again, Rayberry by Jordan Afueko was one of my favorite books of this year, and I cannot wait to read more of this world and more that Jordan Afueko has to offer. And so yeah, no idea what the plot of this one is going to be. I'm just excited, and I do hope that it comes out in 2021 and it's not pushed back, because I don't know how long I can wait to see what happens in this world. Okay, there you guys have it. Those are all of the books that I am initially excited for in 2021. Sorry this was a little bit all over the place and didn't have a lot of order to it. I hope you guys still enjoyed. Let me know down below any new releases that you're really excited for, because I probably missed like a ton of them. So yeah, just let me know. And yeah, I will see you guys later in another video very soon. I hope everyone is staying safe and staying healthy. And yeah, bye guys!